When did you sign up to become a fireman? Because I did it, or a person, 7 years ago. And she said, Wednesday.
These crazy wildfires happening in Los Angeles that have largely destroyed the Pacific Palisades. Pasadena's going under, the Hollywood Hills. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This video, I wanted to get to it earlier in the week. It's just incredible. Our friend Adam Carolla, comedian and podcaster Adam Carolla, he a couple of years ago testified how 7 years before that he had applied, or it was even more years before that, he had applied to be a firefighter in Los Angeles and had to wait 7 years. And well, take a look.
Geez, I want to talk about my white privilege so badly. I graduated North Hollywood High with a 1.7 GPA. I could not find a job. I walked to a fire station in North Hollywood. I was 19. I was living in the garage of my family home. My mom was on welfare and food stamps. And I said, can I get a job as a fireman? And they said, no, because you're not Black, Hispanic, or a woman. We'll see in about 7 years. And I went to a construction site and dug ditches and picked up garbage for the next 7 years. I got a letter in the mail sent to my father's house saying, your time has come to do the written exam for the LA Fire Department. I took it, and I was standing in line, and I had a young woman of color standing behind me in line. And I said, just out of curiosity, when did you sign up to become a fireman? Because I did it, or a person, 7 years ago. And she said, Wednesday. That is an example of my white privilege.
John, I mean, if people want to talk about why these systems are failing, that might be the most perfect example ever.
Yeah, look, it's nothing new, right? When I took the NYPD test back in the early 90s, they told us flat out, you're a white male. We're going to be taking anywhere between 1.4 and 2 points off of each, for each white male. We're going to be shaving that off of your score and distributing that out proportionally to women, people of color, et cetera. And look, when I went through the academy, we had a woman in the academy who was morbidly obese. She couldn't run around the gym once. So it was a 1.5 mile run. It was 22 or 23 times around the gym. I'm in my early 20s. I'm doing that in my sleep. Well, this girl was about my age, but about 400 pounds at 5'5". She couldn't get around the gym. I went back to the academy 5 years later. She was still working there in her academy uniform, making the same salary as a New York City cop on the street, receiving the same benefits. This has been a problem in emergency services for years and years, but it's had catastrophic consequences in these LA fires because they promoted up these incompetent people. You know, fire is the one place where you really need to have done every job at the lowest base firefighter level to be an effective lieutenant, captain. They typically don't have sergeants in fire departments, and normally it's lieutenant, captain, chief. It's not like law enforcement where you could skate your way up because there are some people who are competent. This is you're in direct command of these men and women, and you're sending them into burning bush. You need to know what you're doing. And we saw, I mean, this is the most tragic thing I've ever seen. DEI killed people and cost potentially over $100 billion in losses.